Welcome back. It's been a fair few months. I haven't really managed to do any videoing. To be honest with you, it's very stressful trying to video. But I have been busy with the car. So I'm just gonna, I think this is probably one of my last videos that I'm gonna do on it. So I'm just gonna do a bit of a walk round of what I've done, and yeah, so let me just swing you around. So there we are. The outside, I'd say, is pretty complete. So I'll start from the beginning, what we've done. So obviously we changed the exhaust, the stock exhaust, to a Scorpion, not decap, res delete. It's a bit drony, but when I save a few more pennies, I'm gonna get the decap to go with it as well. But it's not too bad, sounds really good. Better than stock anyway, so I'm happy with that. And then it went off to the paint shop and it was fully painted, which has come out really, really nice. Just needs Mark to sort the detailing out on it, get all the swirls out like he did on the Mark IV. So I'll be that'll be coming soon as well. Then the next thing, I did do a little video on the air ride, installing it. But again, it's just one of those things, once you start getting your head in it, you ain't got time to start videoing it. And to be honest, it was pissing me off. So the air ride was installed next, and I'll show you kind of what I've done. Well, you can't really see it now, but actually I'll save that. So obviously I took the rear seats out. So I deleted the rear seats, and then I made a bit of a 12mm platform, and I mounted the tank, the management system and the compressor all on that one piece of wood, which is all nicely carpeted. And then I mounted it to where the bottom of the seat was, where you put your bums. But then obviously I've boxed all that in. It's all still accessible if anything goes wrong, but you can't really see it. The plan was to try and mount it all in the back, but with the boots, well, you haven't got enough, it's not deep enough. So unlike my Mark IV, where it was mounted in the rear boot and it was all hidden out the way, just couldn't really do that on this one. So that was a bit of a head scratcher, but we got there in the end. And yeah, the air works perfectly. Then I stripped all the brakes, repainted all the calipers, changed upgraded the discs and pads. Yeah, so they're not too bad. Again, with the style wheel that I kind of eventually want to go for, can't really do anything with the big brake upgrades or anything like that. But I'm cool with that. And then you've got the BBS reps on it. And to be honest with you, I had the real things on the Mark IV, and it was a pain in the arse trying to keep them clean. And these don't look too similar, and I can leave them out in the rain. I ain't got to worry about corrosion because it's not real chrome. But I am saving up some pennies. I'm going to go for some image wheels, which I've got basically in my basket ready to go. So that'll be kind of the next mod. But at the moment, I think it looks really good on them, to be fair. Little shot there. So yeah, so just going back to the paint. So obviously everything was painted, bumpers were taken off, all the boot was stripped. I didn't really have any rust here, but it was starting to kind of fade, the paint. So again, that was all stripped, painted. All the plastics, door handles, and then all the door skins they all unbolt, so they were taken off all separately and painted all individually. The side skirts, again, at the rear, behind the side skirts, there was rot, so that all had to be welded up. I already knew that there was rot down there, rot on the wings. Again, all the wings have all been replaced. Come round to the front, got that nice little Chinese front grille which came in chrome, so I've had that repainted in a gloss reflex silver, which I like. And again, I've got to go to Halfords now and get myself another reg, because I've lost the I don't know what I've done with it, but anyway, so that's that. Not really going to do anything to the engine, probably just spruce it, make it look quite nice, but supercharging it or turboing it, I don't know, probably not. So that's pretty much the outside. So I'll just take you inside now. Again, we got the Recaro seats, which are booked in to be retrimmed in a leather, which I've got a colour in mind, but yeah, I won't reveal that just yet. And then I thought I'd have a go at sueding the door cards. So all the door cards came off and they were stripped individually and then sueded and then plastic welded back together. And to be honest with you, I'm really pleased how they turned out. The only join that we've got is just there, but other than that, all good. And I'm glad that these came out individually, because they would have been a right nightmare to kind of like put the suede in there without the suede kind of wanting to stretch back on itself. So again, I was happy with that, and I'm kind of happy with having a bit of plastic on show. You know, I think sometimes you can just do a bit too much. And again, I've carried that in. So I don't know if anybody else is Mark 5, but it looks like a factory installed car phone. So obviously taking that out left me 3 big holes in the dash. So, but my plan was to kind of suede it anyway, so I kind of just filled those holes with some Sikaflex, smoothed it off, waited for it to dry, and then I was able to just rub the plastics down and suede them. And again, all this comes apart, so I was able to do it, you know, properly. Again, not really going to do these, and I'm not going to attempt to do the dash because I just think that's just going to be a right nightmare. But I kind of think it don't look too bad. And again, I've just done the runners down here. And then I decided to have a go at doing the centre console. So all that came out. That was pretty easy to do, to be fair. And then I just blanked off the insides there, because normally you can see through them, because my plan was to mount the controller. So that's all been mounted. And again, that's just 12mm ply with a recess cut out for the wire to go through as well. And then just inside here, I've just fixed it basically through the plastic, just to hold it either end, just to secure it. And then these clip back on, and you know, you can't see anything. Just go around the other side. Again, we got the driver's door card, that's all sueded. Done like the kickboard down there as well. And then I've also literally just finished this today, and then just round the back of there as well. You probably can't see it on the camera, but that's all sueded. And then I just painted that black, because that was all scratched. which is for a 19-year-old car, it's going to be. And then we've got the headliner. That was all suede black. And then from Lou's Interiors, she kindly provided me with all the black plastics to finish the headliner, which looks much better than what I was going to try and do, which was paint them black, which I started to do, and it wasn't too bad, but yeah, that's much better. So thank you for that, Lou. Then we started concentrating on the boot build, racking my brain of what to do, how to do it. Kind of wanted to do it all myself. So I'll show you guys and let me know what you think. That light's not flashing, by the way, that's just... So yeah, so we basically got a floating tank with hard lines, which I painted white, which then kind of go into the fixings into the boot. We got a 10-inch Alderson sub, which sounds very good, to be honest with you. And then I've just done some sueding with some LED lighting, just some glowing on the centerpiece. So that's the boot build. And then we've got the LED strip lightings that kind of go around the tank. Again, guys, this is just a fake setup, and I did that on my last one, which I'm kind of glad, because the amount of times I knocked the hard lines, and if I got bored with the last one and I changed the back again, and it was just so easy just to pop the lines off, or when I was cleaning it and I knocked the lines, I just haven't got that worry of getting any air leaks. So I don't know if anybody else does it like that, but that's kind of how I wanted it done, and I'm happy with that. So again, all this is just, I just got 12mm ply, 6 of them. That was the hardest bit, was just trying to make the hole so it's a snug fit but not too loose, and then copying that another 5 times. But what I did on where the lights are, I just made those slightly smaller just to compensate for the LED lighting, and then I just put a plastic cover over them just so you can't see the actual LED. And then all the wires go down into the driver's rear footwell, and I've got a little 12-volt battery there just powering it, just on some bullet connectors, just so nothing's running off the main car battery. So that's the boot build. Same on the rear quarters, stripped all those individually and sueded them, and all the A, B and C pillars, did all that. These were a bit grubby, so I just took those off and just repainted them in a satin black, and I think that works, to be fair. And then I got the roll cage, JP cages. That's where I got that from, and that's actually all bolted in as it should, not floating like my last one before Rushworth bolted it in and told me off. But yeah, so that's the back. And again, up here I've sueded and carpeted in black, so I don't think that looks too bad, guys. And then I've got my private plate on. Yeah, I can't really think of anything else that I've done to it so far, other than all what I've told you just. But I'm loving it. It's had a DSG gearbox oil change, Haldex service. It's recently just had a full service on it anyway, I've just clocked to 53,000 on it now. I bought it on 51. I've just had to replace the battery because I'm just not using it enough. But I kind of didn't buy it really to use every day. So yeah, so that's it. I don't think there's anything else apart from the front seats, which they're going to go off and be retrimmed in May sometime. So that'll look really nice when they come back. Let me just pan out a little bit. But other than that, guys, that's it. It's kind of how I visioned it. It's kept me busy, it's kept my mind occupied, and yeah, hopefully I'll see some of you at some upcoming shows. Take care.